Hey, what's going on, guys? McSkillet here with another CSGO video, and today I'm going to be doing a full loadout showcase, the 2.0 loadout. I did another loadout showcase for around 300,000 subscribers, but now I've got around 500,000, and I have a almost completely new loadout. I'd say at least 95% of the skins are different than in my first loadout. And this loadout does not include any stat track skins. This is an all souvenir and normal skin loadout. I thought I would try to make a loadout like this because my first loadout was almost all stat track skins. This one does not have any stat track skins. It's mainly souvenir and just normal factory new skins. So without further delay, let's get right into it. So I'm going to start out on the pistols, and right here is my souvenir CZ75 Nitro factory new, and one of my friends bought one of these for around $500. And if you're wondering how I got it, I actually picked it up on the Steam market. I got really lucky. One of my friends linked it to me, and someone put it up for only around $100, and I was able to actually buy it off the Steam market. So I got a really insane deal on this because this is the rarest and definitely the best collector CZ skin in the game. And my friend bought one for $500, so I could probably sell mine for around that price to the right collector. It's definitely the best and the rarest CZ75 skin because this skin basically never comes in factory new when it's souvenir. Now here's my Desert Eagle skin. It's kind of a cool skin. It's a really rare one. It's the souvenir Desert Eagle Urban DD Pat factory new, and it's actually from MLG Columbus. I tried to get a lot of souvenir skins from MLG Columbus. It actually seems like they dropped a lot less MLG Columbus skin or MLG Columbus souvenir packages than a lot of the other tournaments, or there's a lot less of the like rare souvenir skins that have MLG Columbus stickers. And I definitely think the MLG Columbus stickers are some of the best gold ones out there. And this is one of the only deagles that's for the Urban DD Pat that's souvenir and factory new. The skin basically never comes factory new again, so I was pretty lucky to find one that has the MLG Columbus stickers on it. And next up we got my dualies, and there isn't too many options when it comes to like a rare souvenir dualies, but we do have the souvenir dual bred colony factory new, and some of the other colony skins are kind of disgusting, but I actually kind of like these. The dual bred colonies, they look kind of shit in the picture, but in game with the gold stickers, it's actually kind of a cool skin. And again, there isn't too many options on the dualies, but this is probably one of the nicer ones when it comes to trying to get a rare dualies, because there is not too many souvenir factory new versions of these with the MLG Columbus stickers. And next up we got my 5.7, which is a super low float 5.7 neon kimono. It's actually the number 2 lowest float one, and when I got it, it was the number 1 lowest float, but now someone has an even lower float one. And I would say it's worth over $50 just because of how insanely low that float is. And this is definitely a skin that's got a lot of scratches on it normally. There's still a little scratch in the front, so the float makes a pretty big difference on this skin. And there's also different patterns. I think the pattern I have here is kind of a nicer one, and it's not the best one, but still kind of a cool skin. Definitely one of the best 5.7s. And next up we got my Glock 18, and this is another super low float skin. It's actually the second lowest float Glock Twilight Galaxy. It also used to be the number 1 lowest float, but that got beat as well. I've had so many of my skins that were number 1 float that are now number 2 float, which kind of sucks, but I'm not going to bother like wasting money to try to sell this one and then get the number 1. That's a little bit ridiculous. I've already got insane floats on these. This also has 3 MLG Columbus hollows on it, or MLG, the CLG Columbus hollows. Those are one of my favorite stickers. They definitely fit very well on this Glock. A lot of the MLG Columbus hollow stickers are pretty cool, and these are the CLG ones, but this is probably worth over $100. I bought it for a good amount more than that, but now that there's one that's lower float, I don't know what the price of it would be now, but it's definitely a cool Glock, and the stickers do add, just make it look a little cooler, I would say. And next up we got my souvenir P2000, which is the Grassland. And I definitely think my old P2000 was cooler in the first loadout, but I want to try to get another one. I didn't want to repeat that many skins, so I picked this one up. But this skin, even though it looks like shit, it's extremely rare, just as rare as the souvenir factory Glock Knight. And I believe there's only like 1 or 2 of these from MLG Columbus, and this is from the final, so pretty cool. And next up we've got my souvenir P250, which is quite an insane skin, one of the best P250s that exists for CSGO. It's the souvenir P250 Nuclear Threat All-Stars, minimal wear with the Get Right signature. And there's a guy that offered me 600 keys for this. I'm not even kidding. And I didn't buy it for 600 keys. I probably bought it for around half of that. And I don't know if it's really worth $1,200 or 600 keys. I'm just going to put it at that because some guy offered it to me, but I didn't want to sell it because I kind of have like a whole collection of nuke skins, and I wouldn't just want to sell one of them. And the collection is almost complete, just need one more skin. I'll talk about that a little more in the video. But next up, we've got my souvenir R8, and this is the souvenir R8 revolver Amber Fade factory new, worth over $1,000, and just one of the absolute rarest skins in the game. There's only 2 of them known to exist, and if I'm being fully honest, I don't actually own this skin anymore. I had to end up selling it because I wanted to pick up an M4A4 skin, and it was kind of a complicated deal, but I think I got a skin that would be harder to replace than this one, because there's probably going to be some more of these dropped at the next tournament, so I'll definitely buy one of those. So currently I don't have this, but I did want to put a new souvenir. I did want to put a new R8 skin in this video, so I basically owned this a couple of weeks ago, and soon I'll be getting a new one. So it's still kind of part of my loadout, I guess, and it's just basically the best R8 skin by far. And next up, we've got the souvenir Tech 9 nuclear threat all stars with the shroud signature minimal wear. And again, it's really hard to price these souvenir all-stars items. I think there was some guy that was offering to pay like thousands of dollars for each of them, but again, I really just didn't want to sell these skins because they're so unique and they're basically the best souvenir all-star skins out there. Very hard stuff to replace, but I'd say the minimum price for selling this would be at least $600. And yeah, these all-star skins are just really cool, and I just think it's cool how they made it only for the nuke collection, which are not available in normal souvenir packages, even though they actually are going to be playing nuke at the next tournament, so there might be some more drops then, but they're not going to be with all-star stickers, so these are still really unique. Now here is one of the few skins which I could not replace in this loadout, because it's basically as good as it gets for a USP-S, besides the super low float stat track Orions or some crazy Katowice 2014 one, but either way, this is my personal favorite USP-S in the game. It's the souvenir USP-S Road Rash factory new with the lowest float on CSGO.exchange currently, and this is definitely worth over $600. I think I've had offers before over $1,000, but this is a skin that I don't ever want to sell because it's so unique and it's so perfect. It also has the Edward signature. Edward is one of the best pistol players ever, and it also has the Titan signature, or Titan sticker, and Titan's no longer a team. So just an insane amount of stuff going on this USP that make it basically perfect with the stickers and stuff. And also, what makes it even crazier is it matches the CZ that you guys start the video perfectly. Same match, same signature and everything. I don't know how that happens. This skin and that CZ skin are some of the rarest skins in the game, and I got identical souvenir drops with the same stickers. Actually, it's slightly different placement, but it's same stickers, even the same signature stuff. So just absolutely crazy how that ended up happening, and basically one of the best sets of pistols in the game, and it's crazy how they matched each other perfectly. And next up, we've got one of my favorite skins for the AK-47, and it's my Hydroponic. This is the #1 lowest float one on CSGO.exchange, which is why it's over $600. I've had offers over $600, and I bought it for just around $600, and I think the same guy I bought it from wants to buy it back for like 10 keys more than he paid, so it's not like I got ripped off apparently. But either way, this is definitely one of my favorite sticker combinations. I've had a lot of compliments. I just think it looks awesome myself as well. And I would definitely recommend trying this out with the 4 flip side hollows if you guys have got a Hydroponic, because it just makes the skin so cool, because those hollows, they really change colors and they match the skin perfectly. One of basically my favorite sticker combination at the moment, I would say, and it's not even that expensive to do. You could, I mean, a factory new lowest float Hydroponic is what makes it valuable in my case, but you could just use a normal Hydroponic, and those stickers aren't that expensive, I don't believe, unless they've gone up in price or something. And here's my AUG skin, definitely the rarest and most valuable AUG in the game. The AUG Akihabara Sept factory new. Not really my favorite skin, but I don't know, just kind of a crazy weapon. Like, you basically never see this. I just think it's cool because of how uncommon it's used. Not a fan of the actual skin, and yeah, let's get to the next skin already. But here is the Op Dragonlore, #1 lowest float on CSGO.exchange and basically the world. It's not on CSGO Zone, and I don't think there's any private inventories that have a better one than this, unless there's some random kid that somehow got one in a drop that's lower float than this and has never won on any database in his life, which I think is highly unlikely, because any Dragonlore with floats as low as this one are almost always from trade-ups, because it's really hard to actually get lucky enough to get a super low float one from a drop. But either way, this is the #1 lowest float one on CSGO.exchange, and I'm going to be selling it for $8,000 to the collector that puts like 4 iBuyPower hollows on lots of skins. The skin might be getting 4 iBuyPower hollows on it, which would just make it like the most valuable thing ever. And I don't know, that guy's pretty crazy. He's made a whole bunch of crazy skins and bought some of the most expensive skins in the game. And I will be selling him my Dragonlore, which is a pretty cool skin. And next up we have the FAMAS Spitfire, one of the lowest float ones on CSGO.exchange, because the FAMAS Spitfire is capped at 0.06, so you can't get one lower than that. So 0.0615 is very close to the lowest float possible, and the one I had in the first loadout was from a trade up, so usually if you try to get these types of skins from trade ups, they'll have pretty shit floats, but this one's from a drop, and it's actually a lot cleaner than usual, even though it still looks pretty beat up, but it's a lot cleaner than the one I had before. This is a pretty hard skin to get without any scratches on it though. And for the G3SG1, I've got the Polar Camo Souvenir Factory New from MLG Columbus. I believe there's only 2 or 3 of these that are from MLG Columbus, so it is a relatively rare skin. And actually, when I bought one of these on the market, and I actually had to sell it because I didn't realize the stickers were scraped, so I sold that one, and now I have this one without the sticker scrape. Actually, I don't even know if that one's sold yet. It might still be on the market. I basically got ripped off because I did not realize that someone scraped all the stickers. They didn't scrape them off, they scraped them partially, then put it back on the market. So I got totally trolled, so I actually lost some money on that, but not too big of a deal. I did end up finding this one though, so got a pretty cool souvenir auto skin. Very rare to get this, even though it's not too valuable because it's on the auto. Now for the Galil, I've basically got one of the absolute best Galils in the game. Just perfect sticker placement on this, I would say, or I would just really like the stickers that I ended up getting. It's got the FaZe Clan golden sticker. There's very little FaZe Clan drops, and I think FaZe Clan's pretty cool because they got all that like YouTube stuff, and they're just so well known that people actually pay extra for all the like FaZe Clan drops. And it also has the Hiko signature, another super popular player from MLG Columbus. It's got like a 0.02 float as well, so relatively nice float, and just an all-around one of the best souvenir skins in the game. I got this on OP Skins for I think just over $300, so I think it was a pretty good deal because a lot of collectors want a nice souvenir Galil AR Cerberus, and I like it myself. And next up we've got the souvenir M4A1S Knight with really nice stickers on it from MLG Columbus. Again, it's got the Fallen signature, it's got the Virtus Pro, and the LG Gold stickers. Just the souvenir Knights are actually really cool. I think they're so much better than just a normal Knight because the golden stickers just look awesome on an M4A1S Knight. They add a lot to it, and you know, Fallen, pretty popular player even though he's usually an AWPer, but either way it's still kind of a cool skin to have, the souvenir M4A1S Knight with the Fallen signature on it. And next up we've got the souvenir M4A4 Radiation Hazard from the All-Stars match, that is factory new. It also has a Hiko signature on it, and yeah, it has the 2 All-Stars holos. And I traded the souvenir R8 Revolver factory new for this, but I also had some other stuff involved in that trade, so I don't really know what the exact value would be. But I believe one of my friends got an offer of 950 keys on his souvenir All-Stars Radiation Hazard, and mine has a Hiko signature and probably a little bit better placement. So I think mine is worth over $2,000. Just a super hard skin to find, just one of the absolute rarest things in the game. And I believe Hiko uses the Radiation Hazard himself, which makes this even more special, and just a super unique skin that you will not usually see with these crazy stickers. And next up we've got the Scar 20 Splash Jam. I had one of these in my first video, but I upgraded this skin as well. I actually paid a ton for this, probably more. I mean, actually, I don't think it was that bad of a deal because I tried looking for all the other ones, and the cheapest one I found was on OP Skins for $500. None of the other ones were even for sale, and the one on OP Skins for $500 was the worst float one known to exist. But this one right here is the second best float one known to exist, and I got it for 250 keys. And it actually makes a big difference on the skin, the float. Like, I had a worse float one before, and there was a bunch of scratches on the back, and this one doesn't have any scratches there. So really cool. Basically the best auto skin you can get, besides the one that's a better float than this, the only one. But either way, just a really nice skin, just an iconic, super rare skin, even though it is on the Scar 20. And next up we've got my SG Bulldozer, which I crafted myself from a trade up. I went really overboard trying to craft this, and I got like the #1s for all the pink, or all the blue skins to trade up to this. I got some of the lowest float Mac 10 fades that exist, and some of the lowest float CZ emeralds that exist. I probably could have sold those individually for a lot each, but I was really determined to do a trade up to try to beat the current #1, and I actually ended up getting it. And the float makes a big difference on this skin. It still looks a little beat up, but I'm telling you, the worst float ones that aren't like the super low float like this one, they've got so many scratches, and it just looks so much nicer when you've got a really clean float like this one right here, the #1 lowest float one on CSGO.exchange by a pretty good amount. And next up, we've got the souvenir SSG Tropical Storm Factory New with the FaZe Clan gold sticker, the JW signature, and Fnatic gold. just really nice stickers on it. I saw it on the Steam market, and I thought the stickers were really cool. The FaZe Tropical Storm SSG, and there isn't too many nice skins with the FaZe logo, and this skin barely ever comes factory new, so it's actually worth a lot. I think it's probably worth a lot more than $100, but I'd say that's like the minimum price for one. But this has basically got like the best stickers possible. JW a sniper, and FaZe Clan the sniping team. Well, I mean, not their CSGO team, but still pretty cool skin. And next up, we've got my Mac 10, the souvenir Mac 10 Indigo. And there's very few of these from MLG Columbus that are souvenir and factory new. This one's got the ninjas in pajamas and the Mao's golden stickers on them. Very few of these from MLG Columbus, so that's why I ended up picking this up. And it really isn't that bad of a skin. It does look kind of shit in the picture, but when it's factory new, it doesn't have very many scratches. And it actually is kind of a cooler color, even though it's only a white skin, I believe. But next up, we've got the souvenir MP7 Gunsmoke factory new. This is one of the only ones from MLG Columbus. There's only one of these on the market right now. Just not even just from MLG Columbus. In general, for every single souvenir match, there's only one souvenir MP7 Gunsmoke on the market. I don't think people realize how rare this is, but it's actually a lot rarer than even the factory new MP7 Whiteout. And I think it's actually kind of a cooler skin as well. It's kind of cool. It's actually brown on the side parts of it. It looks black in some pictures, but it's brown, and I don't know, just kind of a cool skin. And not too many of these have got the MLG Columbus stickers on them. Very few of these that even exist with any stickers. And next up, we've got the MP9 Bulldozer factory new, which has become a super rare skin and a super highly demanded skin for collectors. I did have this at the time I recorded my first loadout video, but I forgot to put it in the video, so that's why I thought I wouldn't even bother switching it up, because I never even showed it in the first place. So I've still got this skin, just pretty much the best MP9 you can get by a very good amount. There really isn't any MP9 that compares to this value. But next up, we've got my PP Bison, the Irradiated Alert, All-Stars again, and factory new. I've got all of the All-Star skins except the UMP. The Bison seems to be the most common of them for some reason. It's actually more common than the other two white skins, at least I've noticed. Not sure why that is, but I like the stickers on this. It's got both of the All-Stars hollows in the front, and then it has the Get Right sticker, the MLG Gold in the back. Pretty nice placement, and I know a lot of people really like Get Right, so it might be worth a little more than a usual one, but I'd say it's at least $40. Very low supply of these. And next up, we've got my souvenir P90 Fallout Warning All-Stars factory new. This is a really unique skin, and it has the simple signature, and I really overpaid for this. If I'm being fully honest, I think I paid $600 for this, which is a lot more than it's worth. But when I bought it, I thought it was actually worth that much because it was the only one on CSGO.exchange. And for a one-of-one skin, I thought that was actually a pretty good deal. Actually, I still thought I was overpaying a bit at that point. But someone else got one of these the day after I got mine. So now there's two of them that exist. So that really screwed up the price of mine, I would say. But I don't think that guy's ever going to sell his. So there's still... basically, no one's going to be able to get a hold of these unless I sell mine or he sells his. And still no one has the UMP with the All-Star stickers. This one right here has just the normal stickers from another souvenir match. I really want to find this with All-Star stickers. If anyone knows of someone with a souvenir UMP 45 Fallout Warning that is factory new and has All-Star stickers, please let me know. If I can get that skin, I will pay a lot for it, and I'll be able to complete my entire All-Stars loadout with all the skins that I need for it that are souvenir and factory new with the All-Star stickers, so I don't have to have this one stupid little skin right here without any All-Star stickers and just the normal foil ones. I actually got like 20 nuke packages. I might just end up opening those, just try to see if I can get really lucky and maybe get that, but I really shouldn't even be hoping for that with how low the odds are. Next up, we've got my souvenir Mag 7 Irradiated Alert, All-Stars factory new again. It's got the Kenny-esque golden sticker on it. Again, I really like the sticker placement of this one. And yeah, I've got all three of the whites from the All-Stars match that are souvenir and factory new. And then I have the two light blues, the two nuclear threat minimal wears. There's no chance I would get the minimal wear, the factory new nuclear threats. That would be ridiculous. So the only one I don't have again is just that UMP. I've even got the M4A4 Radiation Hazard factory new. This one's pretty cool though. But here's a really unique skin I have. This is a souvenir Nova Walnut that has an iBuyPower gold sticker on it. Actually, it's glitched out when you look at it in game. It says something like 9 gold. So that makes it even more unique. but I'd say this is worth at least $100, even though the other ones are scraped on it. I didn't scrape off the other ones myself, someone else did, but actually I think it looks good. If I'm being fully honest, I think it just looks better when it doesn't have any of the other stickers anyway, so I'm not really complaining about that. This is the only sticker people really care about, but it's got a really good placement and just a super rare sticker from, I believe, DreamHack, and yeah, just an awesome and a skin that you will basically never see. There's only a couple factory new skins that have got the iBuyPower golden sticker on it. And another All-Stars skin. I know I've got a lot of SMGs and shotguns that are All-Stars, because I've got every single skin from the nuke collection, and I've got them all souvenir and factory new besides the 2 nuclear threats again. But again, this is a sawed-off. It's only got the tariff signature, but I believe it's the lowest float one, so I probably won't be replacing it unless the float gets beaten. I'm trying to get the best skins I can from the All-Stars match. And you're probably getting bored at looking at all the All-Star skins at this point, but I've got one more. This is my very last one. It's the Souvenir XM1014 All-Stars Factory New Fallout Warning. And it's got the simple signature. I used to have one with a Tarek signature. I actually still have that one, but this is definitely better. It's got the lowest float one out there, and it has a simple signature, who I think is a little bit of a more hyped up player than Tarek, so it's probably worth a little more. And if anyone actually wants to buy my old Souvenir XM, the Tarek one, that is a Souvenir and Factory New, feel free to shoot me a trade. I'm not trading the simple one, but I'll sell the old All-Stars Tarek one for only 80 keys, which I think is a really good deal, because I'm just trying to get rid of it at this point, and the cheapest one on the Steam market's like $240, and there's only one of them, and all the other ones are in collector's inventories, so I definitely think you'll be able to sell it for more than 80 keys if you wait long enough. So not like I'm ripping you off, you don't have to do that, but I really do just need to get rid of that old skin at this point. And for the greatest gun that exists for CSGO, that's very commonly used in every single pro match, the M249. Of course, I'm kidding, but either way, this is from the grand final, and it's Souvenir Factory New, and it's still only worth $5 or maybe a little more. That's how little demand is on this, even though this is actually a really uncommon skin. There's probably only like 3 of these from MLG Columbus, and it's still only worth $5 just because no one wants this anything for this shitty gun. That I know there's always someone in the comments that tries to defend them 249. Like, why are you wasting your time doing that? The gun just sucks. People get mad if they accidentally buy it. It's just like a troll accidental buy gun. Like, don't waste your life trying to defend that gun. It should probably just be removed from the game, or needs to be addressed or something. But for the Negev, there's not too many options, but if you're looking for a rare skin, the Negev Palm is an extremely rare skin, doesn't have too much demand on it, but I looked on CSGO.exchange, and I think there's only 60 or less of these, so to get a souvenir, or just a normal factory new Negev Palm, it doesn't even come in a souvenir, I don't believe, is very rare, and one of the best rare Negev skins you can get, because there isn't too many expensive or rare Negev skins, and this one's probably the only like super rare. It's not even that rare, but still kind of a cool skin. And next up we've got my bayonet, which is a pretty insane knife. This is my CT knife. It's actually a factory new blue gem. That's the reason I got it, because it's factory new, and you'll rarely ever see a blue gem knife that's in the factory new condition. And it's not the cleanest blue gem, but I just kind of like how the blue's positioned on this. It kind of creates the illusion that it's really blue, even though it's actually not that blue if you look at everything. I don't believe the tip's that blue at all, but I just really like where the blue is on this. I just like the positioning. The backside unfortunately doesn't have very much blue on it at all, but play side is what adds most of the value. So as long as I just keep it out like this, people can always see the like blue parts. So it's a pretty cool knife. It's got kind of like the scar of white in the top of it, but either way, one of my favorite knives I've ever seen for CSGO. I'll definitely be keeping this for a while. And here's my Bowie knife. It's the Crimson Web Factory New. I don't really know what the exact price of this would be now, but I think it's worth at least $800. And just very uncommon skin to get factory new again, just like pretty much all of my skins. But Bowie knife Crimson Web, there's actually 2 stat track ones, but those I believe sell for over $10,000. So even though I can't really get a hold of those, you have to pay an insane amount and probably have a lot of connections to. I don't even know who owns those anymore. They're in like private collector inventories, probably like Dubai and Chinese collectors. But this is my knife, not the stat track one. Still a really cool looking knife though. I do like the Bowie knife, one of my favorite knives that they've added recently. I didn't like the shadow daggers too much, but I did like the Bowie knife a lot. A very cool knife right here. And this is just a little bonus. This actually isn't part of my actual knife loadout, but I currently have a stat track gut knife Black Pearl factory new. Someone traded this to me, then unboxed it. and I don't really know what the exact value is. And very hard skin to trade, just super rare, but it is kind of cool actually. I mean, I actually kind of like this, even though it's a gut knife. It just looks kind of cool when it's in the sun. And yeah, you don't really see black pearl gut knives too often, and you basically will never see a stat track gut knife black pearl, just because there's actually a 1 in 1,000, for every 1,000 Dopplers, there's only one stat track black pearl. That just shows how rare they are, but since it's a gut knife, I didn't even have to pay that much for it, but still, pretty insane knife. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm about to die after talking for so long without really stopping that much in this video, but either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a pretty long video, and I'll probably make a complete collection showcase of all my stat track skins as well. I sold some of my stat track skins, but I'm buying new stat track skins as well. So maybe for another subscriber milestone, have the complete collection, and just try to have the best CSGO loadout and inventory showcase thing I could ever make. But this is my little souvenir and normal skin factory new collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm McSkillet, and I'm out.